I am Marije Jenssen. I'm from Northern Norway, Sámi. I work with plant dyes in yarn and textile, weaving and aquarelle painting, watercolor painting. I decided to apply for Nunavik because I thought it would be very interesting to get outside of my own region within the Arctic and to see other indigenous people and techniques. When I applied for this residency, I was still doing my bachelor at the academy in Tromsø, and I was working a lot with the Sámi techniques within weaving and woodwork. So I was creating my own looms and spinning my yarn and dyeing it with plant dyes. There at the academy, I got introduced to the residency, and it sounded exactly like something that I was working with, indigenous techniques and also sustainable methods for extracting plant colors. Afterwards, spending half of my residency here, I was able to explore the dyes that I had brought with me from plants in Nunavik. Since I already knew I wanted to work with plant dye and dipping technique of aquarelle paper in color, it fit really in with the landscape in the end, because you get a horizon line and you get sort of mountainous, hilly expressions from the dipping of the paper. And instead of working a lot with lines, or lines as applied with a brush, I instead got these open, wide landscapes and patches of color mixing together. The detail in the work came more from the mixing of the pigment, how long it was staying in and how the patches blended together. The final result, or the material that I ended up working with, was not something that I planned for or something that I had in mind really when I started. It ended up being a very open and very intuitive process, because there was a lot of uncertainty around the pandemic and also around what time I would be there. For example, if it had been later, this is very seasonal work. You can't pick plants when the snow has fallen. So I ended up coming here with sort of an open mind and just jumping on the material that presented itself. And that's why I started working with the cotton threads, whereas before I've only worked with wool. And then after that going into embroidery with the cotton threads, and then all the different range of gradients and the colors that you get. All of my works have these small annotations of what I did, so I will remember. I still have to continue that process of archiving my work, but especially this with embroidery, which I haven't worked before, is something I want to maybe continue with. Even though this is something I just started, so it's still a process going. But it's a very nice beginning, and it's exploration of material and the possibilities of the colors. This plant, the crowberry, that we have a lot of back home, can give such incredible colors. I'm gonna continue working with that plant and maybe only focus on that plant. But that will be next season when the snow melts.